Yeah, I'm sorry, it cut off. So I'm thinking I didn't do anything or touch anything. I'm hoping that you guys will find it because it just cut right out. So I'm thinking that Facebook has a limitation that you can only do 4 hours and then it will cut it off. So I'm hoping you guys are finding me. Hi, Tine. Tine, could you write in the comments on the other one that I've started a new video because it cut off. And yeah, I think it's a limitation. Maybe Facebook only, allows for 4 hours live. So I'm thinking that this is why, because I didn't touch anything. I didn't do any blue bee. I didn't do anything. So I'm just thinking that there might be like, that they think 4 hours is absolutely max to do a live video. So I'm hoping that everybody will find their way back. So if somebody would please comment on the other live feed that I am on with a new one. I didn't color anything in between. But yeah, it just said boom, bam, done. So great to see you here again. Great. That's awesome. So we've been missing a few people, but if you just, if somebody just please comment on the feed of the other one to tell them that I'm here and I'm back. Maybe put a link to this video. If you right click on the video, you will get the URL and you can paste it into the comments. I can't really do it because then I have to go. You get it, but this one is for those who watch the video, and you send me a PM, and when I have it up on PayHip, I will send you a code so that you can get it for free, this one. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, that was a bluebie. So now I just have to move on. And this was where it stopped. This was where the video stopped. So yeah, I'm thinking that we now found the limit of Facebook. That it stops at 4 hours. So that's actually also a long time. Pretty impressive that I've been on for that long. Because it just cut out. I didn't touch anything or do anything. So I'm guessing that that is why it cut out on us in the middle of me talking about how nice it was that you guys were there. Then the video just cut. So very great timing. So yeah, we're moving on. And Beverly, to get this one is for the people who watch the video. You can send me a PM and say January 5th, Weirdie dollar, and it's a perk for the people who actually watch the videos. It will be available on my PayHip for $1.50. The people who send me a message because they watched my coloring show, my daily coloring show, and my daily ramble will be able to get a code to get that one for free. So it will not be for everyone. It's a perk. It's a secret perk. Oh, that's great. Thank you, Tina. I hope everyone will come over. Maybe we'll even get some new people over. We'll see, Well, these things do happen. And I think that, yeah, we just found a limitation of how long a live can be. So I just started a new one. And yeah, I'll have to remember that for the future. That 4 hours will be cut off. I mean, I can't imagine that it's for any other reason than that it cut off, because I actually have my 10-meter cable out in order for, because if I'm on the, what's it called, on the Wi-Fi, the live feed can cut off and stop, and stuff happens, and we don't want that in the middle of a live video. So that's why I got that cable out, and I have the laptop connected at all times when I'm on live, so that we don't have that happening. So it can't be that, unless the internet just let out for 1 second here. That could be that, if there's anything else. But I am just thinking that they might have a cutoff of 4 hours, and that they think that that is fairly sufficient to say whatever you want to say, that you do not need more time. But they do not know about coloring, you know. They are not like thinking clearly. They're not seeing the whole picture here, which we are, of course. Yeah, it's a Weirdie dollar from Weirdie Dollars 3, and I'm working on making the colorings for the cover, and I always make 10 because I put 1 on the front and I put 9 on the back because I like uneven numbers. I prefer uneven numbers, and I even have preferred uneven numbers. I'm a little bit OCD with that, so yeah, 10 is an even number, but because it goes 1 on the front and 9 on the back, then it's okay. I can work with it. I can live with it. But yeah, I have to do these for the cover, both of this one and for Mandala 2, because I found them that I already had all the drawings done in my files, and I have them vectored, I have them cleaned, I have them all ready to go. And they've been lying around for a year, at least, where I forgot about them. So now I sort of printed out from the Weirdie Dollar 3 and from the Mandala 2, and I will be sort of doing them when I can. Yeah, 4 hours at a time. I just found out. So I'll be coloring them, like, you know, a little extra thing. Sometimes when I feel I can, after Weirdie, or maybe at different hours. Depends when I have a time and it feels good for me to do it. So that will be happening because it's better to get the books out than to have them lying on my files. You know, nothing's gonna happen if they're just in my files, and I have all these drawings. So then, you know, I'll color it, and when I do, I will make it available, and it will be $1.50 on my. So now I have to focus here. Yeah. Boom, bah. Okay, now I'm lost again. This is nice. Yeah. Yeah. Yikes. So thinking, yeah, I have to continue this one here. I got it. Yeah, we should be sleeping. You know, it's really late. It's 3:30, 3:37 actually. But it's fine. I think, you know, we will be getting, when it's a day off and Victoria doesn't have to get up, she will sleep till maybe 9 or something, 9, 10. So it will be fine. I will be perfectly okay with the hour. So it's not a biggie for me. I'm a night owl. I have a different time system in my. I've always been, yeah, a night person. So I enjoy the quiet of the night. And I'm not a vampire. At least I don't think so. Or zombie. I might be Countess Dracula. Whoa. No. I'm not that either. I'm just me. And I'm not very good at sleeping. So for me, it's okay. I'm not tired either. Because I did sleep today. So yeah, it's gonna be lovely. We're gonna get this going. And yeah, it will be finished soon. Then I'll have to put up the new banner for tomorrow. Well, for today, because it's today now here. But the new banner, and I'll put up the 7th so that everybody can also get that downloaded for Sunday. Oh yeah, that's nice. I also like, that's the worst thing when I start reading, because I am so bad. I don't want to let the book down, and I can read a book very fast. I always read in English, because that takes me a little bit longer than if I read it in Danish, but it's just only a little bit, tiny bit longer. So I love reading, but when I pick up a book, I'll be compulsive about it until the book is done. And now I don't have a lot of books now because everything was in Spain. So now when I need a new book, I go to the secondhand shop and I see if there's something. And the worst thing is there's not that much of a selection in books in English. So I have to sometimes take a book in Danish, and then I just finish it too fast. It's just over too fast, if you know what I mean. So I try to get like really thick books, so that they will last me a little bit longer. But since, you know, now I'm busy with doing live videos, then there's no time for reading. When I hit the bed, I hit sleep. I hit the sleep button, which is good. So yeah. Norwegian, yeah, cool. So you have a Norwegian roots, Bev. Tina's in Denmark too. Tina's in Denmark too. And she just talked about where she lives. It sounds like a really nice place, just a place that I would like. So we're gonna have to arrange a color event so I can go visit and see where she lives. Maybe I can move there. There's nothing really keeping me here. And it's not like a really desirable place for to have Victoria grow up. I would like her to grow up somewhere where there's not like as much shit. Sorry. Shit. Now I said it a few times, then it feels much more natural. As there is where I live right now. I don't know, you weren't on the other one when I was talking about it. I mean, it's a happening place, but there's also all the wrong stuff happening where I live. Oh no, aren't they updating? Try to reload. Try to reload, Tina, that can help. Hi, Billy D, nice to see you. Thank you. I think it's pretty. And Billy D, since you're here, this one I will be putting up for sale on the PayHip, but it's a perk for those who see the video. So PM me that you would like to have it. Yeah, this Weirdie Data 3, 5th, because it's the 5th that it's on the 5th Weirdie that I put it. So, and then I will get your code to get it for free once it's up on PayHip. So that's a perk of being a viewer of my videos. We need perks. Now that the epic Christmas giveaway is over, we need some perks. Well, there is a Weirdie perk every day, but we all need extra perks in our life. So we need to have something special sometimes. So it's going to be interesting tomorrow. It's going to be interesting, I think. Very interesting. I already got all the way around. That's crazy. So I have to continue with this one, actually. I have to finish off down here and here and here. All this is going to be developing so nicely. And each and every one of these are going to be different, which is why I do it in the spiral thing, because I really like the effect of it. I have a huge one I did in the spiral that's like 72 by 72. And it's just so awesome. Okay, I was just talking about my own work being really awesome. Yeah, I know. But it is. It is really awesome. And I'm finished with him up here, so I'm only be focusing on finishing down here. So that's where we're going with it. So just chit there. And yeah, I recommended before to try to print bigger and try to see if your printer at home can do poster mode, you know, like this. If there's a poster setting on the print settings, and then you can, like, it's a good trick if you have smaller details that you are like struggling with. Of course, not because your eyes are not working, it's just because the details are too small. You know, like the fact that all instructions they're now writing way smaller than they did 20 years ago. I've noticed that. It's deceitful. I've seen it, you know, when you get pills or instructions for some electrical stuff, they have started to write those way smaller than they did 20 years ago. Yeah, they're messing with us. So that can be a really good thing to use that poster print mode, because it will then you can print it, you know, choose that you want to print it over 2 pages, then you cut it so that it fits, and then you take some tape and stick it on the back, and then you got it double the size, which is pretty cool. So nice to see all of you. And Sandra, you can also get this if you PM me January 5th, Weirdie $3, then I'll send you a code for it. Hi Walter, nice to see you. We were actually, this whole thing started out with the Weirdie of the day, which I did color earlier, and I went totally crazy because the colors that I use, my normal palette, because I like very bright and clean colors. I thought, okay, I had the letter set out, so I sorted out all the ones that I didn't use. And that was my challenge, to try to use the colors that I normally don't use. And it worked out pretty well. We had fun with it until the video cut off. And we were totally cut off. Yeah. So where am I? I just put red here, so I'm here. See, there's a system. And it's going pretty well. So this one, yeah, is for my coming Weirdie $3. That will be an awesome book in the Weirdie collection. And yeah, I found 12 Weirdie lying around. So there is already 12 for Weirdie 4, but I don't know. We'll have to see if I draw any more Weirdie $. It's sort of also, yeah, it depends on how I feel in the moment. You know, sometimes it depends when I'm drawing, what mood I'm in, what I draw. Like today, I did quite some new stuff that, you know, doesn't compare to, you know, it could be like totally explosive Weirdies that are like out of the box totally. I mean, yeah, they're crazy. So let me see. Okay, so now actually I have to continue with the blue, because now we are on the last round, so things are switching up a bit. So that blue is coming here, and it's coming in here. In his little tummy, in the little tummy. And then we go to the turquoise. So yeah, it's switching up a level each time, because now it's going reverse spiral thing. And there's more people here. Welcome, everyone. Nice to see you all, guys. So yeah, so that means that the first live video was cut off for 4 hours. So it's 4 hours, 20 minutes. It's like a marathon, you know. I don't know. That's a long one, and I didn't even go pee. That's cool. But you only really got to go pee when you got to go pee, don't you? And if I had to go, then I would have let you know, and I would have just left you for 2 minutes. So it's not like I'll be sitting holding it back or something like that. So don't worry about that. I won't do that. It's getting prettier and prettier and closer to the finish. And yeah, this is a very light one with a lot of white space. And, you know, not everything has to be fully colored everywhere, because I think that this, you know, with these hearts going out like that, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hearts, you know, going out. I don't think that these need to, you know, it depends on how you're coloring it. But for me, it makes sense like this right now. You know, maybe if I was in a different moment, I would have colored it totally different. I could have said, like, I'll do yellow here, and then I'll do orange there, and then, you know, I could have done that, but I didn't. And that's the kind of executive decisions you get to do when you decide how to color a page, because it's all yours once you start coloring. Then you're in charge. And I'm really digging the result, and these colors are just, you know, like when the pro markers dry up, they're just beautiful. It's just a real pleasure to work with, and a real pleasure to see the colors when they dry up. First, when you lay them down, they're darker because they're full of the alcohol, and then they dry up, and they just dry up so beautifully. And the colors are always very clean, very clear. So I love that about these markers. And yeah, as you may realize, I'm not doing a commercial for them, because the Letraset brand no longer exists. Winsor Newton bought them, and now they're called Winsor Newton markers. And they've switched up the packaging and the way they look and everything. But I think they're still using the same formulas, so it's still the same exquisite product. I haven't yet tried a Winsor Newton Pro Marker, because I've had, you know, this is an old collection. I started like 20 years ago on these. I did lose the ones that I had in Spain. So this is the rebuild that I have. The first set of 48 that I had 20 years ago. I bought it 20 years ago, probably actually maybe more than 20 years ago. I had my first ones. That was a special set to me, but I do know that they were almost used up anyways. So there was not a lot of life left in them. So it's not a great loss, except that those were the ones where they had 3 tips. Now they have the chisel here, and they have the little felt point here. But that set that I had before, you could open up here as well. There was a little extra point here, you could take it out, and then you had sort of like a fine liner, which was a really lovely thing. A really lovely thing. And that was what that first set I had that. And I really liked it. So we're still in the running. What is happening? Oh, okay, it's switching up. Yeah, because it's the finishing. Yeah. But, so, okay. I have to think now. I think we're alone now. Da, 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 da. So that's how it's gonna switch up. Because this is this. Yeah, it's gonna be switching up like that. Okay, I understand. Okay, so it's gonna go reverse. So yeah, I got it. I'm with my own system now again. But these I've been building up the last 7 years, and I think the last ones I got about 4 or 5 years ago. Awesome, Russ. When I'm done with the video, I'll have a look. I'm looking forward to see it. Yeah, these ones, the oldest ones, yeah, 7 years ago. And the youngest ones of these are like 5 years ago. And they have been through a lot because my really big poster size ones I have colored with the Pro Markers and Shinhan Touch. So they have worked a lot, and yeah, some of them are running out now, but they're really good ones. They're really sturdy and solid material. So now that one is green too, so that is gonna be yellow. They call me Mellow Yellow. They call me Mellow Yellow. This is a nice yellow. It's just called yellow. So that's a yellow. Yellow jello. I've never had jello. I hear so much, you know, I see stuff with the recipes and it's jello, and I never had it. Not even when I was in the States, I never had jello. Jello. So maybe one day I will have it. I will try it. Maybe I should try to make it. Maybe if I get some weird product that I don't know what to do with, I'll try to make it jello. Yeah, we could try that. When the competition starts up again. This is just working out really handsomely. And yeah, I'm quite happy with the result here. And I'm also happy with this thing that they're all getting a middle point where then it breaks and becomes a, yeah, it's working out really well. You never really know, even, you know, that I have this system of how I color these for the covers. Then you really don't know what's gonna happen before until you get into it. And sometimes it surprises me what happens. So this is the next round that just started there. Oh my God, that food was so nice with the Thai food today. I really like it. Oh, it's not very often that we do that. I think it's maybe over a year ago that we last time had the food from that Thai place. And it's just so good. And I mean, it was really, really lovely. And sometimes it's nice to have something like that. And also just that you feel that it's a good quality what they make. That it's not a shit, you know, like a, you know, I like fast food shit, you know, but you know, to sit and eat something that is actually really, really good, and you know it's made from good products, and it's nice. It was a really lovely evening today with my lovely daughter. And we saw not one, but 2 full feature children movies. I hate a lot of the children movies because I hate the way they speak in them. Because I think they just don't, You know, there's a lot of language that they use in these children movies today that I don't think is really suitable. And especially on the Danish children channels, oh my God, they're so foul what they say, and a lot of times it plays up to the, you know, it just, you know, it's just wrong. It's just plain wrong in my mind. So I usually don't watch, but you know, I try to, you know, if we're gonna watch a movie, I have the upper hand in what we're gonna watch, because I don't want to just watch something silly. You know, I want to watch something that I actually will think is nice too. So yeah. And usually we both end up being happy anyways, you know, that it was nice. And today, the first one, Victoria changed, and it was called like Born Free, I think, which is really nice. So we're on a last round with this ones. No, not last round. I think there'll be one more round actually. And that Born Free was like about a boy who got friends with a gorilla, and he kidnapped the gorilla when the bad owner took him back and wanted to show him off, and you know, like a sweet concept. So it was a nice movie, but we were both busy. You know, I was drawing and Victoria was doing her pearl things for the sale that she wants to make this summer. I think it's really cool that she did that. She's industrious. I like that about her. So she was working on those that I will have to iron them. And I always F up when I have to iron these things, because I don't know, it just doesn't work out for me. A lot of them break. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to do a good job on these ones that she wants to sell. You know, it would be bad if I broke all of them when she's making such an effort to put the money in the piggy bank. So I have to do my best to help her out. And the second movie, well, then when we were eating, we watched the Danish X Factor. It's just the auditions right now. I mean, always the auditions always amaze me, how willing people are to just like totally embarrass themselves just to get on television for like 2 minutes. You know, that is extremely cringing, because these people are well aware that they cannot sing, but they just want to be on the television for 2 minutes, and then they think, you know, they don't care that they go and make a complete fool of themselves. So now we are gonna go for it. Actually, I could go for it here, because this is the color that I need to put here. So I'm gonna start on this one, just to. So this is gonna be the biggest colored area of this whole thing. And this is more like to connect it, because I think that was way too big a white area in my little book. And I have filled them inside. The only thing I left open was the mouth and the space right next to the eyes. What I see is eyes and mouth, of course. You know, you may see something different. We all see. This is why I, you know, there's not a lot of, you know, drawings that I name, because I don't want to put in an impression of what it should be. I want people to have their own experience of what it is to them, and not my preconceived idea of what it was to me when I was drawing it. That is in most cases totally irrelevant, because it is what you see. For instance, in Imagiworld, yeah, I have titles, because in Imagiworld I worked in a whole different way. So yeah, in that one, the drawings have titles, and in the art series where we did Passionata and the other ones, they have titles. But most of my other work don't have titles, because I like how people can make up their own idea of what it was. I had an example of a painting painting series I did. When I used to, when I was living in Spain and I had my own gallery and my own studio, I would be doing big paintings. I did oil and sometimes acrylic, mainly acrylic if I did colors. But my big black and white works, the op art that I have done a lot of, is all black and white, and it's oil, because I really love oil. And I work with really fine water brushes, the thinnest, finest ones, because they're very precision-like, and they take hundreds of hours to make my big paintings. And I miss that. I miss getting into it. I mean, I would really love to have like 10 canvases, 1 meter by 1 meter, or 1 meter 50 by 1 meter 50, and just like work through them. It wouldn't, I mean, it's the canvas that is pricey to get. Also because I like them to be like deep. I want them to have like a fat, deep one. I mean, because when I do black and white op art paintings, I only need black, good black oil color, you know. So I don't need like a lot. But then of course I also need the really good brushes. And then there's a smell factor. So yeah, I miss painting big. But yeah, well, anyways, I was painting, and I had done a series that was more experimental, where I had done like cow pattern. I'd sort of taped up the canvas with a tape in different strands all over. And then after that, I painted like a cow pattern, black and white cow pattern on it. And then I pulled off the tape, and I would have those straight roads, like straight lines from the tape that I pulled off. And in those, I would take all the colors, you know, like go totally crazy with like tons of colors, and just do dots, little dots on those roads. So it was like a very, yeah, it was some really cool paintings, but I didn't have any idea of what it was, you know, like, or any idea, you know, it was just something I wanted to do. Sorry. And one of the guys who had bought really a lot of my pieces, and I think he probably has the biggest collection of still existing pieces from me, because I lost about 400 paintings when I moved here. 400 big paintings. It hurts to say, it's like a knife. But life goes on, doesn't it? So he probably is the one who has the most paintings painted by me in the whole world, because he bought a lot, really a lot of paintings from me. And he just like fell in love when he saw these, and he bought straight off. I had made like, yeah, I made like 2, and he bought them both. He was just, I have to have them. And yeah, he got them, of course. It was nice because I was living in Spain, they were living in Italy, and they had a summer apartment in the same place where I was living. So, you know, when they went back to Italy, they would always have on the car like strapped full of paintings of mine, and It's really lovely. And then he said, "What was your idea when you made this?" And I said, "Well, you know, I don't like to talk about what my idea is. I want to know what made you fall in love with it. It's your story. It's your attraction to the painting that is interesting, not what I was thinking when I was painting it. Because what makes you buy it and appreciate it is what you see when you see the painting, not what some artist thought out as a concept when they made it." That's my opinion. You know, I mean, some people may differ with me, and that's totally fine to have another opinion, but that's how I see it. The artist is not supposed to educate the viewer on the idea. The viewer is supposed to fall in love with the painting as it is and have their own love of it, you know? Because that way it will be a lasting thing for them, and not just a concept that they buy into. That's how I see it anyways. So yeah, and then he said, "Well, you know, what I see is that the black and white is everyday life. It's what happens every day, that we live every day. And those roads you have in between that are like, you know, going all through in all directions and crossing each other's path and everything. And those little colored dots, they're all the little moments that make life special. The dinners we have with you, the other friends we meet in life, and all those little special occasions where something happens that is not the everyday. Those special moments that we remember, and that's what I think about when I look at it." And I just thought that was so beautiful. And it just really confirmed for me that it is so special when people get a chance to make their own their own opinion of a piece, instead of getting fed the artist's idea of the piece or the artist's concept, because it's irrelevant. People have to love a painting for their own reasons. That's how a painting lasts, because it has made an impression in their hearts and in their souls. And that impression is their own, not yours. So that's how I see it as an artist. So that was my profound words of the day. I'll continue to color on. But that's just, you know, that was so beautiful when he told me that. And it just confirmed everything I thought about not explaining too much about the background of something. I mean, yeah, of course, some things can be explained a little bit, but not over-explain it, you know, like just keep it up to who sees it and keep it up for them to make their own impression of what this is and what it is to them, not what it is to you. As an artist, it's not important what it was to you when you did it. It's important what it is to them when they see it. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Yeah, and we're getting very close to having a finished Weirdie dollar. Everything, I lost everything, my clothes, my shoes, my furniture, my books, everything that I had in my life, you know, everything. I came up here with 2 suitcases, a 1-year-old baby, and a dog of 60 kilos, and 500 euros. That's what I came to Denmark with 7 years ago. And those 2 suitcases did not hold clothes of mine. I only had the sneakers that I had on and my jogging suit. I didn't have a jacket. And then the 2 suitcases were full of Victoria stuff. All the baby clothes that I could cram into the 2 suitcases. And then, yeah, of course, the dog. And that's what I came here with. I thought that I would be able to send for the things. So they went into storage. but I wasn't. So, and then the storage couldn't be paid anymore. And Victoria's dad has been moving around the things a lot, trying to save it. But a lot was already lost in the first storage because of the weather conditions and things not being stored correctly. And then it has been like in different places, a lot of the things, and most of the paintings are ruined. And in the last place there was a water pipe that broke. So most things are so damaged now that they've been thrown out. And yeah, it's all gone. So, but it's just things, it's more the paintings and, you know, the personal stuff. Yeah. Mainly the paintings and the drawings, because it's sort of, you know, it's your life's work. You know, pots and pans, plates and forks and knives and stuff like that. Yeah, I will probably never get anything as nice as what I had, but who cares? It doesn't matter. You can rebuild. But the artwork, you can never rebuild it. So that hurt. And with the water damage and all the paintings and all the art, then you know, you can't do nothing about it. I do know that there is somewhere where there is some of my paintings that I might be able to get back, but yeah, I've sort of given up on it. It took me a long time, and Victoria's dad has tried to bring stuff like clothes and shoes and stuff when he's actually come up here to visit. So I did get some of my stuff back, like some clothes, yeah. But yeah, but you know, it's life, and sometimes probably it's good to start totally over, and it's just the artwork that really, I mean, is heavy on me, because those paintings, I can never recreate everything, and yeah, it's what I've done for years and years. So yeah, that's sad, but yeah, I'll get through it. I'll live over it. It stinks, yes, and the clothes that I got stink as well. I mean, my God, some of those clothes that he brought up, I was thinking, like, what was he thinking? Because, you know, it'd been stored for, you know, in the wrong conditions and water damaged and full of, you know, like rotten, and I'm like thinking, how did he pack that? But he's a man. He just thought, oh, that's nice. And then, of course, he would bring me all the lovely things that I've gotten too fat to use. So that would be even like more depressing. Yeah, exactly, Bev, you're right. We just have to move on. It's only stuff. And yes, I'm made of much more than my stuff. And yeah, it took me some years, but I got back to creating, and I got back to drawing and doing art. So, and I'm productive as an artist. I just don't really, you know, the paintings. But you know, at some point, I will also get back to painting. I will. Maybe if I move to where Tina is living, I'll have some space where I can actually paint and air out. So this is it. It's done. Here you go. It's done, 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 done. It's a very pretty one. And it worked out just fine. So you can see, like, if you follow that yellow, goes like bling. So the whole goes like in spiral. And that's that movement that I love to have. So that's it. The extra was done, and we are on 49 minutes, almost 50 minutes here. So in total, it's gonna be like 4 hours and 50 minutes, almost 5 hours live with me. That is so cool. Exactly. Well, I also have, of course, things that I will never be able to get again. But, you know, it's pretty cool. And I will be updating the banner for the Weirdie of today. Well, for me today. And I'll be putting up the 7th, and then I'll be heading off to bed. I'll probably just prepare this one on Payhip so that I can send you guys the code right away, so you don't have to wait. So you can get your hands on it and color it and have fun with it. And then I'll say thank you for a very lovely, very long evening, way longer than planned. But I think we got some fairly good results out of it. And it was a happy go color me time. And once I download both these videos, very long live videos, I'll put them together. And I guess it'll be around 5 minutes speed video, so you can revisit and see that and share it with your friends or on coloring groups that you're a member of, so that everybody else can get in on it, because they do, it's easier to get them to watch 5 minutes than to get them to watch 5 hours. So I'm gonna say good night and sending kisses out to all of you and hugs and everything. You're welcome. I'm so happy that you're enjoying it, Bev. And thank you, Russ. It's nice. Thank you, Beverly. And thank you all. Well, thank you, Tina, and thank you, Heather. And I'm gonna, on that nice momentum, I'm gonna say thank you for this evening. And I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be back, and we will have fun with this one. This one looks, I mean, to me, it looks like ice in here, and I'm thinking like, whoa, 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 look. Yeah, it's a big one. But this one could actually might be possible to do the 6, because there's a lot of little ones over there. So yeah, let's see what happens tomorrow. And sleep well when you get there. Me and Tina will definitely be getting there. We are way up late. It's almost 4:30 a.m. It's 4:20 a.m. here. So it's a sleepy will time. So bye-bye.